What if something you've done your whole life without a second thought could quietly drain your energy, strain your heart, and affect your mental clarity after the age of 65? Most seniors are never warned about this, and many doctors don't talk about it openly. Today, we're uncovering a surprising health topic that could be influencing your strength, mood, and long-term well-being more than you realize. Stay with me, because understanding this may help you protect your health, preserve your vitality, and make smarter choices as you age. Have you ever stopped to wonder whether certain private habits could quietly affect your health as you get older? As we age, protecting our well-being becomes more important than ever. Some behaviors that felt harmless in our younger years can have very different effects later in life, especially after the age of 65. If you're a senior, you may be surprised to learn that one common and rarely discussed habit, often considered natural and harmless, could place unexpected stress on your body. In today's video, we're taking a closer, respectful look at a topic many people avoid talking about: how frequent self-stimulation after age 65 may, in some cases, impact physical and mental health. While this behavior is a normal part of human life, health professionals are beginning to recognize that for older adults, especially those with existing conditions, it may contribute to issues such as fatigue, mood changes, heart strain, or reduced energy without people realizing the cause. Stay with me until the end, because the information you'll learn today could change how you think about your daily habits and long-term health. We'll explore how this activity can affect the heart, the nervous system, and brain function, including subtle changes in energy levels, emotional balance, and cardiovascular stability. By the end of this video, you'll better understand what may be happening inside your body and feel empowered to make informed choices that support healthy aging. Before we begin, make sure you're subscribed and turn on notifications so you don't miss future videos focused on senior health and well-being. If you find this content helpful, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 so we can continue improving for you. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Unexpected strain on the cardiovascular system. One of the least discussed concerns related to frequent self-stimulation after age 65 is the potential impact on the heart and overall cardiovascular system. At first glance, this may seem unrelated, but the body does not separate activities as neatly as we assume. Any action that causes a sudden increase in heart rate and blood pressure, especially in short and intense bursts, can place added stress on an aging heart. In younger individuals, flexible blood vessels and stronger cardiovascular responses usually handle these changes without issue. However, as we grow older, arteries naturally lose elasticity, and the heart must work harder to adjust. Think about how your body responds when you climb stairs or carry heavy groceries. You may notice faster breathing, a racing heart, or mild fatigue. Now imagine that same physical response happening suddenly, without warning, and without proper warm-up or recovery time. For seniors with high blood pressure, heart rhythm issues, or circulation problems, these sudden changes can sometimes lead to dizziness, heart rhythm irregularities, or unnecessary strain on the heart. This doesn't mean panic or fear is necessary. It means awareness matters. Understanding how your aging body responds to stress allows you to protect your heart and make choices that support long-term cardiovascular health. As we age, our bodies are no longer as forgiving as they once were. Unlike intentional exercise, this type of physical activity often happens without a proper warm-up or gradual pacing. That means the rise in heart rate and blood pressure can be sudden and more intense than you realize. For an aging heart, these abrupt spikes can create unnecessary stress. This is why some older adults report feeling lightheaded, unusually tired, or even noticing irregular heartbeats afterward. Consider the experience of William, a 72-year-old retired engineer. He always believed he was doing the right things for his health. He ate well, stayed moderately active, and kept up with his medical checkups. But over time, he began noticing something strange. After certain private activities, he felt a tightness in his chest and found himself more short of breath than usual. At first, he ignored it, assuming it was nothing serious. But after one episode felt particularly uncomfortable, he decided to mention it to his doctor during a routine visit. His doctor explained that these symptoms were not uncommon in men his age, especially those with a history of high blood pressure or mild heart conditions. While William didn't need to stop completely, his physician advised him to be more mindful of how his body reacted and to avoid pushing himself in ways his heart was no longer conditioned to handle. The message wasn't about fear. It was about awareness. Many seniors don't realize that the body's response to physical exertion changes with age. Recovery takes longer. The heart muscle and blood vessels don't rebound as quickly as they once did. A sudden burst of physical effort without preparation can place more strain on the cardiovascular system than expected. While occasional activity may not be harmful, frequent or prolonged intensity can quietly stress an aging heart without obvious warning signs. If you've ever noticed dizziness, sudden exhaustion, or mild chest discomfort afterward, your body may be trying to tell you something. Listening to those signals can make a real difference in protecting your heart health. Another often overlooked effect is nervous system fatigue and energy depletion. Many people are surprised to learn that frequent stimulation can leave older adults feeling drained, sluggish, and mentally foggy. The body relies on a delicate balance of energy, hormones, and nerve signals to function well. As we age, that balance becomes easier to disrupt. What feels relaxing in the moment may actually contribute to long-lasting fatigue throughout the day. Think of your nervous system like a rechargeable battery. Every action you take, physical effort, emotional stress, mental focus, all draw from that battery. When you were younger, it recharged quickly. Your body could handle higher levels of stimulation without much consequence. But with age, recharging takes longer. What once felt harmless may now tax your system more than you realize, leading to lingering tiredness, slower thinking, or reduced motivation. Take Richard, a 69-year-old retired teacher. He began feeling unusually exhausted every day, especially in the mornings. He struggled to stay alert and often needed naps just to get through his routine. Like many seniors, he assumed this was simply part of getting older. But when he reduced certain habits for a few weeks, he noticed something unexpected. His energy improved. His focus sharpened. Even his sleep became deeper and more refreshing. That's when the connection became clear. This happens largely because of how the brain uses neurotransmitters, especially dopamine, the chemical linked to pleasure, motivation, and reward. While dopamine release feels good in the moment, excessive stimulation can lead to what experts call dopamine fatigue. Over time, the brain becomes less responsive, resulting in low energy, reduced motivation, and even mild depressive feelings. Younger brains recover quickly, but older nervous systems take longer to rebalance. That's why some seniors notice increased sluggishness without understanding the cause. This isn't about stopping completely. It's about recognizing changing limits and making choices that protect your energy instead of draining it. If you've experienced unexplained fatigue, poor focus, or low motivation, it may be worth reflecting on whether this habit is contributing. Small adjustments can lead to noticeable improvements in daily vitality. And if you're still watching and finding this information helpful, type number 2 in the comments. Your support helps this channel continue sharing meaningful insights for senior health. Another major concern is disrupted sleep and increased restlessness. Many older adults believe this habit helps them relax before bedtime. While that may have been true years ago, aging changes how the body responds. Instead of promoting deep, restful sleep, it can interfere with natural sleep cycles, leading to frequent awakenings, lighter sleep, and feeling unrefreshed the next morning. Sleep is governed by a delicate balance of hormones, brain activity, and nervous system signals, and as we age, that balance becomes easier to disturb. A key part of healthy sleep regulation is a hormone called melatonin. Melatonin is your body's natural signal that it's time to slow down, relax, and prepare for rest. However, activities that trigger a strong release of dopamine, the brain's pleasure and reward chemical, can interfere with melatonin production. When this happens, the body may struggle to shift into a truly restful state. That's why some people feel calm at first, yet later find themselves wide awake, restless, or unable to stay asleep through the night. Take Gerald, a 74-year-old retiree who had always been a proud early riser. For most of his life, sleep came easily. But in recent years, a frustrating pattern developed. He would fall asleep without trouble, only to wake up several times during the night. No matter how carefully he adjusted his bedtime routine, he still woke up feeling groggy and unrefreshed. It wasn't until Gerald learned how dopamine activity can interfere with melatonin that the pieces finally fit together. By making small changes to his evening habits, he began sleeping more deeply and waking up with more energy instead of constant fatigue. Another issue that often goes unnoticed is how this habit can overstimulate the nervous system right before bedtime. Many older adults already deal with sleep challenges such as restless leg syndrome, nighttime muscle cramps, or light, fragmented sleep simply due to aging. When the nervous system remains overly active in the evening, it becomes harder for the body to fully relax. Instead of entering deep, restorative sleep, the mind stays alert, leading to shallow sleep and frequent awakenings. This matters more than many people realize, because poor sleep doesn't just affect how you feel the next morning. Over time, it can quietly impact overall health. Research shows that chronic sleep disruption in older adults is linked to higher inflammation, increased risk of memory decline, and a weakened immune system. When deep sleep is lacking, the body struggles to repair itself properly. Mental clarity, physical strength, and emotional balance can all suffer as a result. If you've been dealing with restless nights, repeated awakenings, or ongoing morning fatigue, it may be worth considering whether this habit is contributing. Even small adjustments, such as changing the timing or reducing frequency, can significantly improve sleep quality and help your body recover more effectively. Now let's move on to number 4, increased risk of prostate irritation and urinary issues. One of the more surprising effects of frequent stimulation in older men involves prostate health. Many assume that regular activity keeps everything functioning smoothly, but as the body ages, its response can change. For some men, overuse may lead to increased prostate sensitivity, mild inflammation, and urinary discomfort that never existed in younger years. The prostate naturally enlarges with age, a common condition known as benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. As the prostate grows, it can press against the bladder, making it harder to empty completely. This often results in more frequent urges to urinate, especially at night. When the area becomes overstimulated, surrounding tissues and muscles may become irritated, increasing the sensation of urgency. Some men notice symptoms such as a weaker urine stream, a feeling of tightness, or mild burning afterward. While these signs aren't always dangerous, they shouldn't be ignored, particularly if they begin interfering with daily comfort or sleep. Paying attention early can help prevent unnecessary discomfort and support long-term urinary and prostate health. With daily comfort, consider someone like Leonard, a 71-year-old retired construction worker. Leonard had never struggled with urinary problems before, but over time he began waking up more frequently during the night to use the bathroom. At first, he assumed this was simply a normal part of getting older. However, after a conversation with his doctor, he learned something surprising. His physician explained that frequent overstimulation of the prostate can sometimes worsen urinary symptoms by increasing inflammation and sensitivity, especially in older men. Leonard's doctor suggested a simple experiment: take a break from frequent activity and observe whether anything changed. Within just a couple of weeks, Leonard noticed a real difference. His nighttime trips to the bathroom became less frequent, his sleep improved, and he felt more comfortable during the day. That small adjustment had a noticeable impact on his overall quality of life. Another often overlooked factor is the effect of frequent stimulation on the pelvic floor muscles. These muscles play a crucial role in bladder control and urinary stability. As men age, pelvic floor muscles naturally weaken. When these muscles are overstimulated, they can become fatigued, which may lead to symptoms such as sudden urgency, occasional leaking, or difficulty maintaining full bladder control. At first, these changes can be subtle and easy to ignore. But over time, repeated strain may contribute to a gradual decline in urinary function. This is especially important for men who already experience mild urinary issues. If you've noticed increased urgency, occasional dribbling, or trouble fully emptying your bladder, it may be worth considering whether frequent stimulation is adding extra stress to the system. The good news is that small adjustments can make a meaningful difference. Reducing frequency, paying attention to your body signals, and incorporating pelvic floor exercises can help support better urinary health while easing unnecessary strain on the prostate. If any of this feels familiar, take it as a gentle reminder to listen to what your body is telling you. Your comfort and well-being deserve attention, and even small changes can lead to noticeable improvements. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, please comment number 4 below. Your feedback lets me know you're here and helps me continue sharing information that supports your health and quality of life. Now let's move on to number 5, hormonal imbalance and mood changes. Another lesser-known effect of frequent masturbation after the age of 65 involves hormonal balance and emotional well-being. Many people don't realize that this activity affects several key hormones that regulate energy, mood stability, motivation, and even cognitive clarity. While it may feel like a stress reliever in the moment, engaging too often can lead to subtle but meaningful hormonal fluctuations that leave you feeling emotionally off balance in the days that follow. Hormones such as testosterone, dopamine, and oxytocin all play an important role in how you feel each day. During this activity, the brain releases dopamine, the chemical associated with pleasure, reward, and motivation. In moderation, this isn't a problem. However, frequent overstimulation can lead to what researchers call dopamine depletion. This means the brain becomes less responsive to dopamine over time, making it harder to feel motivated, energized, or emotionally steady. As a result, some older adults notice increased irritability, low mood, reduced motivation, or a general sense of emotional flatness without understanding why. In younger years, the body rebounded quickly from these fluctuations. But as we age, hormonal systems recover more slowly, making these effects more noticeable and longer-lasting. Everyday activities can sometimes start to feel less enjoyable, creating a cycle where it takes more and more stimulation to reach the same level of satisfaction. Some men may notice they feel unmotivated, easily frustrated, or even mildly depressed without understanding why. Take Edward, for example, a 68-year-old former accountant. He had always been level-headed and positive, but over the past year, he began experiencing unexplained mood swings. One day he felt energized and focused, and the next he felt sluggish and irritable. It wasn't until he paused and examined his daily habits that he noticed a connection. By making small changes and spacing out the frequency of certain activities, Edward found his mood stabilized. His energy became more consistent, and he no longer experienced the emotional crashes that had started to interfere with his daily life. Another critical factor is testosterone regulation. While younger men naturally produce high levels of this hormone, production declines with age. Frequent stimulation can sometimes cause temporary dips in testosterone, contributing to fatigue, reduced motivation, and subtle changes in muscle tone. Some studies suggest that excessive release of hormones like prolactin can further suppress testosterone, leaving men feeling less energized and more prone to emotional ups and downs. This isn't to say all activity is bad, far from it. Moderation is key. If you've been feeling emotionally off balance, struggling with motivation, or noticing subtle changes in mood, it may be worth considering whether hormonal fluctuations are playing a role. Allowing your body more time to reset between periods of stimulation can help restore natural hormone balance, leading to more stable energy levels and a greater overall sense of well-being. If you've ever experienced this kind of emotional roller coaster without an obvious cause, taking a closer look at your habits and hormone health could be the first step toward feeling like yourself again. Reason you're not alone. Many seniors experience these changes without realizing the underlying cause. The good news is that small adjustments can make a significant difference in how you feel each day. Reduced sensitivity and diminished pleasure over time. One of the lesser-known effects of frequent masturbation after 65 is a gradual decline in sensitivity, making it harder to experience the same level of pleasure over time. While many assume this activity is purely beneficial, helping maintain function and circulation, what often goes unnoticed is that overstimulation, especially when habitual, can lead to desensitization. The human nervous system is designed to adapt to repeated stimuli. When the same type of stimulation occurs too often, nerve receptors can become less responsive, requiring stronger or more prolonged activity to achieve the same effect. This is why some older adults notice that sensations they once enjoyed don't feel as strong, or that it takes more effort to reach the same level of satisfaction. In some cases, this can even lead to frustration, as what once felt effortless now seems to require more focus. Take Robert, a 73-year-old former musician. He had always enjoyed an active lifestyle and kept certain habits from his younger years. Over time, he noticed a subtle but undeniable shift. What once felt effortless now required more time, and the sensations weren't quite the same. At first, he chalked it up to aging, But after hearing from others with similar experiences, he realized excessive stimulation had played a role. By adjusting his habits and allowing his body more time to reset between instances, he noticed an improvement in overall sensitivity, making the experience feel natural and enjoyable again. Another factor at play is nerve fatigue. Like any other part of the body, nerve endings responsible for sensation can become overstimulated when exposed to repetitive activity too frequently. This can dull responses and make sensations feel weaker. Excessive bursts of dopamine release can also alter how the brain processes pleasure, sometimes reducing the ability to feel excitement or anticipation in other areas of life. The good news? This process is often reversible. Giving the body more time to recover between periods of stimulation can help restore natural sensitivity. This isn't about stopping altogether. It's about maintaining balance so experiences remain enjoyable instead of frustrating. If you've ever felt that things don't feel the same as they used to, or that it takes more effort than before, know that you're not alone. Many people experience this without understanding the cause, but small adjustments can make a big difference. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. Your engagement helps me continue creating content that supports your well-being. Increased feelings of loneliness and emotional detachment. One of the most overlooked consequences of frequent masturbation in older adults is its potential impact on emotional connection and feelings of closeness. While masturbation might seem like a harmless way to relieve stress or pass the time, excessive reliance on it can sometimes contribute to feelings of isolation, loneliness, and emotional detachment from meaningful relationships. Humans are wired for connection. Emotional intimacy, physical touch, and deep personal interactions all play a crucial role in overall happiness and mental health. When masturbation becomes a primary outlet for comfort or stress relief, it can subtly reduce the motivation to seek real social engagement. Over time, this can lead to an increased sense of disconnection, making social interactions feel less fulfilling or even unnecessary. Consider James, a 75-year-old widower. After losing his wife, James found himself spending more time alone, filling his days with routines that felt familiar and comforting. Gradually, he noticed he wasn't reaching out to friends as often, and even when he did, socializing felt more like an obligation than a genuine desire. It took time, but James realized that relying on solitary activities for comfort had been reinforcing his isolation. By consciously balancing personal time with social engagement, joining local groups, attending community events, or reconnecting with old friends, James saw his mood improve and feelings of loneliness became far less overwhelming. This kind of emotional detachment doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual shift, often unnoticed until isolation becomes pronounced. The brain forms habits based on reward cycles, and when a quick source of comfort is readily available, it can replace motivation to seek deeper, meaningful interactions. Social interactions release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and when these decrease, oxytocin levels can drop, contributing to loneliness and even mild depressive symptoms. If socializing feels less rewarding than it used to, reflecting on habits that might reinforce isolation is key. Small adjustments, like dedicating time for social activities, reaching out to old friends, or engaging in hobbies that encourage connection, can help restore balance and fulfillment. If this insight resonates with you, comment number 7 below to let me know you're here. Your engagement helps me continue creating content that supports your well-being. Increased risk of pelvic floor weakness and bladder control issues. One lesser-known consequence of frequent masturbation in older adults is its potential effect on pelvic floor strength and bladder control. While pelvic health is often associated with younger individuals or post-surgery recovery, the muscles supporting the bladder, prostate, and lower abdomen naturally weaken with age. Excessive strain in this area, especially when done frequently or intensely, can contribute to pelvic floor fatigue, leading to subtle but frustrating changes in bladder function. The pelvic floor maintains proper bladder control, supports internal organs, and ensures lower body stability. Weakness here can result in increased urgency, occasional leakage, or difficulty fully emptying the bladder. Take Harold, a 70-year-old retired mechanic. He noticed more frequent bathroom trips, especially at night, and occasional loss of control when sneezing or laughing, something he hadn't experienced before. After learning about the connection between pelvic floor health and frequent stimulation, he reduced the frequency of activity and added simple pelvic exercises to his routine. Within weeks, he noticed decreased urgency and regained better control. Overuse of the pelvic muscles without proper recovery can lead to fatigue, just as overworking arms or legs reduces strength. Additionally, the nerves in the pelvic region play a crucial role in bladder function. When overstimulated, they can send mixed signals, causing false urgency or unpredictable bladder reactions. The good news? These issues are often manageable. Small lifestyle adjustments, reducing frequency, incorporating pelvic floor exercises, and listening to your body can restore control and reduce strain. If you've noticed changes in bladder function, increased urgency, or occasional leakage, reflecting on habits impacting pelvic health can lead to noticeable improvements in comfort and confidence. If you're still watching and finding these insights valuable, comment number 8 below to let me know you're here. Your engagement helps me continue providing content that supports your well-being. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. Many habits that seem harmless in younger years can have unexpected effects as we age, and masturbation is no exception. From its impact on cardiovascular health and nervous system fatigue to hormone balance, sleep quality, and pelvic floor strength, it's clear that moderation and awareness are key. The goal here isn't to create unnecessary worry, but to provide insights that help you make informed decisions about your well-being. Your body is always communicating with you. Changes in energy, mood, bladder control, or overall satisfaction often reveal patterns worth noticing. Small adjustments, reducing frequency, improving sleep, prioritizing social engagement, or performing simple exercises, can have a significant impact on your daily life, emotional health, and overall well-being. The good news is that many of these effects are reversible. By being mindful of your body's needs, you can maintain a sense of vitality, energy, and confidence well into your later years. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these insights stood out to you the most? Have you noticed any of these changes in yourself, or do you have personal experiences to share? Your thoughts matter, and this is a space where we can all learn from one another. Thank you for joining us today. Please leave a comment below and share one thing you learned from this video and how you plan to use it in your life. Reading your comments gives us motivation and encouragement to continue creating helpful content. If you enjoyed this video and found it valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue producing content that informs, inspires, and empowers you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.